that's good. That's System Series 900. Wait, that's not 900, that's the 925. But just in the window, look, there's a 900. But yeah, it's in operation. I think I found the secret passageway. There's two static systems, so there's beacons. Well guys, I'm back in here again, and I'm going to make sure that I visit the north wing. I've made sure that it's accessible at this time. So as I saw here previously, this area is actually being worked on. However, the inside of this building has actually been demolished. However, the out bit, which is where all this steel girders are, it's being held up, so the front of it probably will be preserved. But I wasn't able to capture its old firearm system. However, I think the bit down there is probably still intact, because I thought it had already been refurbished before last time. In fact, I thought it had been refurbished like 2 years ago actually. I think they're probably continuing work on that section, along with this part. So of course, back in here again, there's the two vibe sounders. One of them's a klaxon, the other's static systems.
You're part of my group of girlfriends.
And also, I actually, only recently I found out what was actually inside this area. Now, I did actually picture something in this area yesterday, a static systems VTS-16, which is a really old conventional panel which I didn't even know existed. I was actually told by someone a while ago about those panels, and he actually told me there was one in this building somewhere. And there's also I also caught into a Nitan sense sec in there, slightly yellow, so you can tell it's been there for ages. Obviously, I think its existing firearm system is all still in here at the moment. But I think around here they really are doing work here now. Now, no one was actually here last time, but I think back then, the firearm system there had already been stripped out anyway. So you can see here that the inside's been demolished. All that's left is the outer bit. And I think what's left is just the inside of the building now. I have no idea what they're actually going to be doing here. I don't think the front of it's actually going to be demolished. I think that bit's going to remain. Continuing from part one, I will also revisit the basement in here as well, but I'm going to go a bit further down and find out where everything else is. So yeah, obviously the museum is open again. And of course there's the 925, which you can tell is in operation now, and I think the way you can tell is with the system on light, but there's no operational faults in it or anything like last time. So I'm going to enter this area to see what's left. So guys, I'm in here now, and you can see that there are two Nitan smoke detectors over here. So obviously the whole firearm system has remained, it's just one of the panels that's been renewed. However, I was told that there are more 860s on this part of the system, but I don't think I can access any of them. I'm not sure if they're actually still there, but I think it's just one that's been replaced with a 925. I'm going to give you a better view of the Mark 1 call point in the other room. So you can see it's just there. And there's also a static systems belt up there. which I've already pictured ages ago. Let's take a better view of it. So you can see here it is on 2 back boxes. However, I think the inner back box is a little bit shorter, but it is definitely on the extra one. Right, so I'll give you better focus on a Mark 1 call point, and obviously the existing fire alarm system is all still in there. It's obviously just one of the panels that just so happened to have been replaced. So yeah, I'm going to go see if I can get into the basement again. I'm going to see what else is down there, because I didn't really revisit the whole area. Basically, I was told that there were more 860s on the system, but I think all of those were in this area, and this area does not have the same kind of panel. They all have 900s and probably 925s as well. Right, so I've come through the right area, and I think I use this as a little landmark. So I think you'll find the rest of the basement's down here. And there's all the loop circuits for the existing panel. I think this thing actually houses the loop circuits and the power supply. Okay, I'm in the basement now, and now I've already been down that area previously, but this time I'm going to go down this way. Now obviously those disused devices are actually still in here. However, I thought they had actually been removed a while ago. And yeah, that call point I checked on like last year. It says it's to be removed, but it's probably had that clanking play on it for ages. And yet it hasn't been removed yet. I think all of the bells are the same Vimplex type. And then throughout the rest of it there are Sonos beacons. However, I think some of the detectors have been replaced already with Discovery ones, but some of the old ones haven't yet been removed. It's very quiet in here as well. And now we're up to newer call points. It's a bit strange. Alright, I think there is another old one here with a different kind of glass. What that is. Looks like a Nissan smoke detector that's been taped. And that there looks like an old Nissan smoke detector that's been taped over and everything. And there's a new one next to it. Right, I've come up to the area entry towards the east wing, which I think there's a lot of to see around here. And I think that's part of the fire alarm system. And there's an identified bell up there. Okay, there's of course another disused Nissan smoke detector and a static systems call point. And that might have been the former fire alarm panel. And what's through here? Let's see. There's a load of beacons. There's a bell as well. I think this is the same area Benno Lifts visited, the area that I didn't look for. What make that figures? I think they are asked on about this kind of panel. I'm going to picture it. Okay, there's the two beacons, And that thing there is actually a sound beacon. You can tell it is. And also, look up here is I actually see a gent detector base. There it is. See that thing there? I think that's for the like really old type. The ones before the late 80s type. I can't remember the model number of those. There's also a missing discovery detector as well. And of course lots of cable. I think some of it's obviously pyro or FP200. Okay, that is definitely FP200. I think that's the same kind of cable going to that base as well. Don't think there's much beyond here though. I wonder what that is. It's like, right, I think I better get out of here now. There's a, it's just like the one I got on from eBay a while ago. I'm assuming it's the same model. It's also one of those IO units. And it's quite weird the fact that there are loads of, through this section there are a mixture of old style and new style core points. See, there's an old style one over there and there's a new style one here. And then we're back into the entrance.
I'll go and see if they've got those network cables.
No problem, I'll see you in a bit.
Alright, mate, you know the stairs are just here.
It's nice, isn't it?
It really is. One from the hall. I'll see you here, mate. Thank you.
Base sound is made on one of those customised circular boxes. They're actually made by Static Systems and not Discovery. Should be around here.
Lift going up. Doors closing. Ground floor.
Mia.
Doors opening.
Yeah.
Lift going
There's something
up.
going in that building over there as well.
Doors closing.
So obviously there are still disused devices down there, but I didn't think they'd be still down there. I thought they would have been removed by now. But I guess I've discovered a disused panel as well, which does not seem to be any kind of static systems or anything. So I think I've seen almost everything I want to see from last time. So now I think I'll make a move then.
My friend. I can't tell you.
Still a bit disappointed at the fact that the inside of that building's been demolished. Well, I think whatever's going to be there now will probably still have the front housing, just like they did with the I think it was the south wing. So they demolished that building in 2014, but obviously the back of it was still there.
Or they'll get that on the window as well.
might as well tell you about what I've actually found out about the fire alarm system in here. Now, someone sent me a picture of a VTS-16, which is probably located in the basement of this building. However, I did actually picture a VTS-16 in the building where the two vibe sounds are, which I think is already on Instagram. The truth is, I actually did come by here yesterday at 5 o'clock just to see what was going on. Obviously, I don't think static systems themselves are actually here at the moment, because there's nothing inside any of these buildings at the moment. We might as well just give you a view for that building from the other side. I think from about here you'll still be able to recognise what it really represents. I don't know what's happening down there. The building in between obviously is actually still in operation. And still got the same fire alarm system, of course. However, I think some of it's been renewed to Little Evolution. Don't think anything is happening here at the moment. Just that bit. So obviously that's been part 2 of the tour of St Bart's Hospital's fire alarm system. But it turns out I don't think it ever always had static systems. It could have had an old gent system before this one. I suppose if it always had static systems, there'd be traces of a Series 800 as well as an 860 and a VTS-16. VTS-16 is only a 2-zone power, so I can see why it's only operating that bit there. So it turns out the system with the vibe sounders is actually conventional. But of course it doesn't all just have vibe sounders, there's also a copper sheet belt in the system as well. Apparently I did actually find one of those bells on eBay. I might actually buy it, but I'm not sure. It's the older type, the metal backplate, not the newer version of the plastic backplate. Right, and I'm back at the nearest tube station. I kind of wonder what's actually happening on this side. There's no fourth rail in between the tracks, and there's blockage. Too far across up there.
This is Farmington. The next station is Farmington. This is the Hammersmith City Line train to Hammersmith.
I'm actually going to get off at King's Cross and then get the Piccadilly line down to Holborn. And get Central Line back home.
The next station is Farringdon. Change for National Rail Services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
The next station is King's Cross and Pancras. This is a Hammersmith and City Line train to Hammersmith.
Tempting down here. Didn't realise the station was easy to change.
The next station is King's Cross and Pancras. Change for the Northern, Piccadilly and Victoria lines, national and international rail services. Exit for the Royal National Institute of Blind People and the British Library.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Northern, Hammersmith City, Metropolitan and Circle lines, and national and international rail services. Alight here for the Royal National Institute of the Blind. This is a Piccadilly line service to Rayners Lane. The next station is Russell Square. Alight for the British Museum. Is Russell Square. Alight here for the British Museum. This is a Piccadilly line service to Rayners Lane. Train and platform. Change for the Central line.